Jamaican Independence by Alexandria Miller. On August 6, 1962, the island of Jamaica became an independent nation, making it the first sovereign English-speaking country in the Caribbean. The tremendous victory of this little, but Talawahis land, small, but mighty in Jamaican, was one triumph in the long history of black sovereignty and nationalism that led to the disintegration of the British Empire in the Caribbean. Jamaica had been a Spanish colony until 1655, when Britain launched the Western Design, an expedition across the Spanish Caribbean during the Anglo-Spanish War. Although English General Oliver Cromwell's invasion of Jamaica in May 1655 ended rather unsuccessfully, and his plan for the Western Design overwhelmingly failed, Jamaica was formally ceded to Britain in the 1670 Treaty of Madrid. A view of Harbour Street, Kingston in Jamaica, during the 1820s while colonized by the British. Jamaica remained a British colony for almost 300 years through the Maroon Wars, 1728–1739–40 and 1795–1796, Takis Rebellion, a defining revolt in the British Caribbean in 1760, and Britain's abolition of the slave trade in 1807 and of slavery as an institution in 1834.
Takis Rebellion, you hear them say the British and Maroon Wars. However, who were the Maroons who sided with the British and get rid of Taki and many other of our freedom fighters? So we have to get clarity. We have people who look like us, intermingle with us, but they are in fact the enemy, working on behalf of the enemy, with the enemy, and for the enemy, for the adversary. So this is why I say, when we hear Maroons, we know, say, boy, there is different groups. And we know a specific group, not all, sold out. The original people that was called Indian here, the Ahuuahkhuu people, the first people, the non-African people. So we have to be specific, and it's easy to spot the treacherous Maroons. Easy. You got to see them in bed with the colonizers, with the oppressors. They will be working hand in hand with their foreign masters. Because you have a set of people can only be what they are. When it's not the Spanish crown, they'll be working for the British crown. They'll be always working for some foreign crown, and history prove it. Usually, you know them by their fez wearing. I'm going to wear red fez, black fez, white fez. But them is a part of a specific organization. So we have to be mindful of these things.
For the island formerly dependent on slave labor and sugar production, the deconstruction of the plantation system further exacerbated economic suffering after emancipation. It also sowed widespread dissatisfaction among the black majority as racial discrimination persisted. Led by now national hero Paul Bogle, the black majority erupted in protest on October 11, 1865, in Morant Bay. The planter class's white militia eventually suppressed the Morant Bay Rebellion, arresting and executing hundreds of black Jamaicans, including Bogle, to maintain colonial reign and racial inequality. In commemoration of the centennial anniversary of the Morant Bay Rebellion, the Jamaican government erected this statue of leader Paul Bogle, 1822 to 1865, in front of the Morant Bay Courthouse in St. Thomas, Jamaica on October 11, 1965. Centuries of civil unrest and activism in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean intensified in the 1900s. Notably, Jamaican-born Pan-Africanist Marcus Garvey appealed for improved living conditions for Black Jamaicans and later gained international acclaim when he and first wife, Amy Ashwood Garvey, founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, the UNIA, an African Communities League in Kingston in 1914. Though Garvey was not elected to public office in Jamaica, the UNIA was responsible for many Black Jamaicans' anti-colonial and nationalist sentiments during the early 20th century. Prominent Jamaican-born Black nationalist and current national hero Marcus Garvey, 1887 to 1940, founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, an African Communities League, and president of the Black Star Line Shipping and Passenger Company. Social inequalities worsened during the era of the World War.
It is interesting to take note that we here in the Western Hemisphere, called American Hemisphere, had no issue before the 1900s when they created this Pan-African movement, this Pan-African agenda, where all of a sudden, God, this is where we share basic information. I show our people from in the 1800s have a more religious Christian concept. Never nothing about no back to Africa, never nothing about you are Africa, nothing like that. Until the 1900s, until Marcus Garvey and the Freemasonic organization, that foreign construct. This is our advocacy. I secure the ground round here, so. Yeah, where I'm on there. The Pan-Africanists, with their agenda, should remove themselves from our location. That include the Maroons. Anybody will have the affiliation and affinity to go back to that continent, whether it's Ethiopia, whether it's South Africa, y'all are free to leave. So the true patriarchs, the true people of this land can stand up. It's as simple as that. There is no chain on you people outside of the mental condition or conditioning that was instituted by all of y'all Freemasonic leaders in these lodges. That's the issue. Because we can't there as American and we allow people to call we Africans. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. And then the very foreign people will come from all different foreign locations, come here and claim to be American. And that's fine. This is why a lie will always be a lie, even when the whole world believes it. And the truth will remain such, even when no one pay attention to it. We all know it all, it seems.
Wars and the Great Depression increased labor unrest across the British West Indies in the 1930s. Workplace strikes and riots took place in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, British Honduras, present-day Belize, and British Guiana, present-day Guyana, among others.
There is no African state being mentioned here. We are talking about the so-called Caribbean region, ahuuahkhuu Chief Dominion. This is a black people area. This has nothing to do with foreigners until 1492 when the foreign people invaded our location. People seem to ignore that timeline. And it was a very Spanish, Moorish group that looked just like us. It wasn't a group of pale guys as history would have it. Yeah, man. Them a talk about our area. Them not talk about, over there.
Others, agricultural workers, dock workers, and miners were amongst the largest groups who protested the economic conditions brought on by reduced wages, insufficient social welfare, and the increased cost of living.
Now, you see what them a call slavery? You see what them a call slave rebellion? We show information with people from the 1800s, early 1800s, working on these estates here on this land. And they were doing what? Laborers. They were working. There wasn't in no shackles. And when the people rebel, is because of the very same condition that is happening today. Everything gone up, but the people pay remain the same. So people are going to rebel. Because they not choose to just work for free. We have to be mindful of our share information. And this is why it makes sense for my people apply themselves. Do not restrict yourself to just, hey, if it's not a black man write it, me no want to hear it. Or, hey, if it's a foreign man write it, I don't want to hear it. Wherefore, move ourselves from these kind of naivety. We have to upgrade ourselves from these kind of illiteracy. It's never about us as the individual. We are only the instrument that share the information. And when we have our own opinion, yeah, it's just that. It's our own opinion, just like the next man out there. We have to stay focused and stop being, gullible. Allow some guys who just come about yesterday. I try dictate terms and conditions, or I try tell us that this is what we're supposed to look at, listen to, or even become. We are reject it, we are dismiss it. We say freedom, freedom in, and freedom in. And free will is just that, free will exercise to choose. If you lack knowledge, then you're going to have a problem only because you lack knowledge. However, if I have knowledge where you not have, then whatever presumed authority you had is now vacated. Why? Because of my superior knowledge, because of my esoteric knowledge. And this is why our people have to choose to apply themselves. And I met a guy just come stand up in front of you and I tell you some things when them do nothing at all. No make no sense. And then you ask the next group of guys, what have you done really? And when them tell you what them do, you know them a work for the adversary. Because everything what them do do it politically. And them will destroy them own politically. They'll always destroy their own for political gains. And the political system is foreign. So this is why, when a miner chant this way, a lot of people like to talk, but them talk from a perspective that is beneficial for their interests, their own interests. When just by the very words that's being said, all kind of information is there. One just have to choose to listen. Then one just have to choose to look through what is being said. We don't want them keep fooling us year in, year out. We don't want them keep fooling us over and over and over again. So ones have to choose. When a man talk, just go look on where myself, look through it, go research it. Take the time out. It's for your benefit. And when we get the stories out here, then it can be entertaining. We just entertain ourselves with the stories. But what's the focus? Isn't it freedom? Isn't it to exist freely? Isn't it to be able to express yourself in a free environment without bringing hurt or harm to no man or woman out there? I don't want a next guy I gonna try tell me say I should think this way or be this way, or he want to protect me from whatever imaginary issues that may occur. I don't work on that level. However, that is a free will exercise. So our people have to just start sharpen up. That's it. That's it. That's sharpen up.
Living. Working class consciousness also increased at this time due to union organizing and the spread of ideas from travel, spurring another period of increased nationalist sentiment. Alexander Bustamante with U.S. President John F. Kennedy, 1962. In Jamaica, Labour leader Alexander Bustamante founded the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union and one of Jamaica's two political parties, the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, in 1938 and 1943 respectively. Bustamante's leadership was particularly popular amongst the black working class.
Now, when I look at these images, I don't see nobody will reflect I as man, I as American Indian round here, I as Awa. Bustamante can't reap it. Bustamante look like him and Kennedy related. Look at it. Where these foreign people come from with them foreign political system in our place. This is what bring divide. So all the gang activity where you say are going now, this is where it originates. This is what divide our people here. This is what bring the change. These kind of foreign entities claiming interest in our hemisphere. This is why when you see all of these minerals, bauxite, all of these minerals where we have, it just leave our land, yet our people can't even find places to build them house. Me hear a brethren I say the government I give people house, but them I give them it. But the people them have to pay $9 million for the house, but the government supposed to a gift to them. That's no gift. All like a scam. All like a scam. Our people, when them pressure the common man I talk about them a scammer, me always laugh at it. You understand? Because the true scammers, we are on the real schemes out there, is going undetected until now. Now them have the flunkies, some little young girls who can't even read and write and behave themselves properly. Them say them are loans and a fraud, defraud the systems of billions. These little young girls, no. Them have some wheel and some shark where manipulate these young bright people. And because the young bright people want them big car and them big house and the chopper lifestyle, they get seduced and get used. Yeah, man, but nothing like these financial, anomalies can occur without these huge bankers behind it. Don't let them fool you out there. The big boy them sit down comfortable. The CEO them remove themselves from the problem at hand. Or yes, them change job. I don't buy none of it out there. That's why I'm gonna play them foreign game. No man. We'll take our time out here because we are home. I not exist in a foreign land where me have to get up and see a white man and tell me say, hey, you better park your car on the right side or the left side of the road. I not in none of those foreign locations under that foreign system there. I not in a land where boy me have to make sure say boy, I bundle up. No, me in a tropical environment, in a my element. Yeah, man. Where the air is so cool at this time where you only can give thanks. This is our place, man. I just we for know that so we can take care of our place. And we can look at ourselves as one people. Then we can identify the ones them where is adversarial to us. The ones them where influence us to, destroy each other. It's always a hidden hand. Sometimes we are look for a foreign hidden hand, but the hidden hand look just like us. It's our very own people who sell out because they want to live somewhere up in the clouds. I don't buy it out there. I don't buy it out there. These foreign guys, this Bustamante and them foreign political system, what them bring in our environment, spoil us. It's always been an experiment and it spoil us, but people now go admit that. Them too egotistical if you admit that. Them rather try form some other political party. You know what I mean? An extension of that corruption. I don't buy it. I don't have no interest in it. I burn it. All of it.
Class. In the decades that followed, the JLP and its opposition, the People's National Party, both enacted a series of constitutional amendments as they moved toward independence, establishing universal adult suffrage and a cabinet of ministers under the direction of a premier and later prime minister. The initial plan for political independence in the British West Indies took the form of the West Indian Federation, a political union of islands in the Greater and Lesser Antilles in a single independent state. From 1958 to 1962, Jamaica was one of 10 British colonies unified into the Federation from the British Caribbean Federation Act of 1956. The Federation still maintained Queen Elizabeth II as its head of state and appointed Bajan politician and Premier Sir Grantley Adams as Prime Minister. A 1958 stamp of the West Indian Federation, including Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Little Eight, under the leadership of Queen Elizabeth II. Despite uniting in the hope of independence, the West Indian Federation faced several political challenges, including disagreements on the location of its capital, political leadership, and competing views on individual nationalism. The Federation eventually dissolved by 1961 as Jamaican politicians grew dissatisfied with the Union's enduring colonial status. On September 19th of that year, Jamaica issued a referendum on their continued participation in the West Indian Federation, with 54.1% of the population voting against. Jamaica resigned from the Federation, and Trinidad and Tobago followed suit shortly thereafter, with then Trinidadian Premier Eric Williams stating that 1 from 10 leaves naught. Jamaica's decision to leave the Union and immediately seek independence demonstrates its influence on the Federation, leaving the Little Eight, the smallest of the 10 states, to negotiate maintaining the Union for few more months. Several of the Little Eight then went on to seek independence from the United Kingdom over the next 2 decades. The 1962 Independence Proclamation of Jamaica. The Jamaica Independence Act was formally presented on May 22, 1962, was later approved by royal assent on July 19, and came into effect on August 6. Today, Jamaica's Independence Day, as well as Trinidad and Tobago's on August 31st, mark a necessary transition for the Atlantic world. Indebted as well to Haiti, the world's first free black republic in the Western Hemisphere, which declared independence from France in 1804. Jamaica's nationalist journey reflects a longer history in the partial collapse of Britain's foothold of Caribbean colonialism, partial because Britain still holds several overseas territories including Anguilla, Bermuda, the British Virgin Islands, and Turks and Caicos. Despite gaining independence between the 1960s and 1980s, most of the former federation transitioned to being parliamentary constitutional monarchies, with British influence under the hereditary monarchy of Queen Elizabeth II.
It's interesting to know Jamaica Independence Day as well as Trinidad and Tobago on August 31st mark a necessary transition for the Atlantic world. Hear how them style around here? Them never say the Caribbean area, them say the Atlantic world. Yeah, man. How Jamaica, as an island nation, presumably gained independence from the British colonial empire. Yet, we not see it demonstrate as such. And why is it that with the independence of the American mainland, the so-called Caribbean region never chose to maintain such a stand by way of the Organization of American States? So you say a lot of sellout go on, a lot of usurpation go on, but there's a lot of old system that was set in place is still there. It's just been abandoned. Like the Organization of American States, which is being usurped now by foreign people. This is why the attorneys create a term called indigenous, because before a term called indigenous, you were known as the originals, the first people. There was a time when the Eurasian and the African people don't know nothing about we over here. They knew absolutely nothing about us as a people on this side. So we have to choose to apply ourselves and not just, not even, when even while you share information, they are them go do them research. Because I'm not speak like a scholar. I'm not speak like, hey, this is the final conclusion. This is all and all. We are say, here is information. Look. And however it apply, make it apply. Whatever resonate, let it resonate. And when you can verify and say truth, then acknowledge truth, man, and adapt truth, man, and remove yourself from the lie, from the fallacy where Babylon are perpetuate out there. Them things we are say.
Elizabeth II. Then Governor General Sandra Mason presents awards during the 2020 Independence Day Parade. In 2021, she would become the first president of Barbados after the country became a republic. However, a shift away from a connection to the United Kingdom and the monarchy has begun. Just last year, Barbados moved from being a constitutional monarchy to a parliamentary republic on its 55th Independence Day. Though many nations, including Jamaica, have made several attempts at attaining republic status, Barbados' success is a significant progression towards Black nationalism and sovereignty in the 21st century. Celebrating the 60th anniversary of independence under the theme, Reigniting a Nation for Greatness, Jamaica has shared this goal of full sovereignty and announced that the nation plans to become a republic by the 2025 election. Over 2 centuries since the abolition of slavery, Black activism has shaped Jamaica, a nation heavily regarded for Black empowerment and domination in international music, sports, and culture. Jamaica's independence signifies a new milestone of Black Atlantic self-determination. It will hopefully drive other islands in the Caribbean towards independence and autonomy into the 21st century and beyond.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks and praise. It's only information. Share. And for the Pan-Africanists with that agenda for misplace and mislead a pure people, this is how them spoil we, Again, the political system that was introduced to our hemisphere. This is where bring divide. That very device, it bring divide. And it have we as a people that was united, have our differences, but we were united. Now this political system bring a permanent divide. Because you have our people have been indoctrinated in such a way where them only exist politically. This is why there can be nothing but political subject citizens being regulated by politicians, not statesmen, by politicians. But our people can't conceive an alternative. Them can't see nothing outside of what is in front of them on the TV. We like for say free will exercise, cause that way, there is no edict. We know there is two sides to the coin. We know there's a balance. We know there is good and evil out there. And this is why we choose good. It's a free will exercise. Nothing to do with religion nor religiosity. None of that. Everything to do with your natural spirituality, because you are spiritual. Just as you are physical. And them basic thing our people need for just that, grasp. And know say anything you nurture, it should grow. So if you nurture good, all within the midst of everything we're bad, just continue nurture that good and watch how that good that take it time and grow. We not go can just talk it and not act. We not live it. It's like most guru out here. For them, you just say intent is for really show you how to operate, not function, operate within the system. And that endeavor is very profiting. It's a lucrative business. People get very wealthy that way. And we just say, watch out. It's your business. So we're not going to really go on it. I say, I don't mind a step through and I say, watch ya, everything on a business and all business is not good business. So if them, by way of how the construct is, create a legal entity and then legis, which is our business, because we can only do business as that legal entity, as that legis. That's the only way the corporate construct can interface with my common people by way of the birth registration form here on this island. That is a person, my people. But it is presumed to be your persona, not you. And them kind of basic clarity And if I'm off, then I can't be too far off. Because me, I said, don't take my word for it. Watch, look up the definition of these things. First of all, let's start from the first. Start from the beginning. In the beginning, God, whoever or whatever it is, created man. And then man created all different kind of things. So the things what man created are now rearranging itself to control the man. So you have to know, say you're a man first. There is no court on earth that can claim jurisdiction over the man. This is why I never have a problem when I enter courtroom and have to use my verbals, when I have to speak, when I not put nothing in a writing. I know there is no other man who can just take no jurisdiction over the man. You can't do that and remain lawful. It's only the psychopath will attempt to do these things. Only a psychopathic mind. And we have a lot of these out there. People will look at other people as property, as commodity, as business. We have our very own gurus will express to you that's why I say it seems like some of them have some kind of computer chip inside of them. Because they can't seem to change. When them express themselves emotionally, it's like a theater scene. It's like a movie. It's not natural. And when you can't find yourself exist amongst others without you try impose your presumed wealth, then it's something else. Give me a second here, people. Oh, give thanks, forgive that short break there. Boy, more time I have, boy, when I'm upstairs, and I do anything downstairs. Boy, if me ever start anything upstairs, me I forgot have a timer. Yeah, man. I like my coffee, but I kind of like my coffee with cayenne pepper, Boy, I don't know my things taste up. Yeah, man. Need cayenne pepper like nothing, my people. I don't know. Yeah, man. And so I kind of like things spicy. So yeah, I have my coffee, I go and do it thing. But again, as we have said, people, you know, I just my people for put themselves in a position for say, all right, here what, me I hear this, and me I hear this, and me I hear all kind of things. Now, what we are going to do, me talk to the people, and most of them do this, because we hear a lot of people that say a lot of things. We want to talk to the people and now and say this is what they have done, and this is what they have done, and this is how they have done it. And then we want to look upon them and them demonstrate it. It's like all I, a simple man like I. Me can show the eye them say, watch ya. This is when me I enter them court. Because people will say a lie my tell. Me can show them say, watch ya. Yes, them arrest me ya. For nothing at all. For, you know, for absolutely nothing at all. Because them want escalate the traffic case to some kind of criminal case so them can, you know, and all of that. We talk about these things. And we show these things. So what we are trying to say is a tool system out there, and you have to choose. No man can tell us to do this or that. However, you know, if you choose to be fooled, then them say, boy, that are your right to. You can't really complain because your choice. So all we do is share information. Salute, Darian Cleary, Anna. Salute, Sir All. Up, my lord. Up, Anna McKing. Gratitude for passing through. I need gratitude. Yeah, man. Again, we just pass through our philosophical reasoning while we are share some information. Through our people right now, you know, them up. Our people get bright. Our people stop, you know, run down just a little superficial. A lot of our people now ask questions and do their own research. Enough of our people who don't even go to school. When you talk to them now, you have to ask them, did they actually go to school to learn certain things? Them are going to tell you, so them self-taught. My people right now learn some things and know some things where them not really get inside of the classroom. Them self-taught. You know what I mean? So with the internet and all of these other things, it expose people to information when normally inaccessible. So our people have to choose to apply themselves. What go on, all right. What them say them are going without that, all right. How can we apply ourselves, all right. What we need to do for move harmonious, because we still not fighting a war. Whatever war are go on before us, and it ever go on long after us. What we have to do is find our peace. And if we find our peace, then, you know, that's everything, man. Peace of mind, that's everything. Too much movie, too much theater, too much CIA programming. It's like CIAGA, Siaga. When I say all the man them honor Edward Siaga, the politician, I man got Tivoli Garden School, so you know I'm familiar. See the man to in person and all these things. But I mean, this man is a foreign man. This man don't look like this man. When I even look upon Michael Manley, the only thing when I see upon Michael Manley, when I can say, oh, if me not see him, just him voice, would I say yes, I would have better that sound like one away. But if me and Michael Manley stand up side by side, you know, me can identify. And this is what me I say. We have a foreign system with a foreign set of people coming our hemisphere and change the hemisphere and put we, them would have said them deregulate we, them put we in our place like them I say, boy, one of the lowest in this strata. Uno as a people, uno are the business. This is where the foreign people them coming and creating. We become the business. This is why You see the mining I go on in our land, but we not benefit. You go over Petrojam when you pass out of Forshire Road, out of Marcus Garvey Drive, right? There's a Forshire Road, right at Greenwich Farm. There's a. You see all kind of petroleum, Petrojam industry. I like all kind of thing. Yet we are wonder what go on. Why our people in that state of condition, yeah? Why the man them choose to promote criminality opposed to correct education? Because the criminality we are going was promoted by the politician, the very same politician we not talk about, you know, memorialize and idolize and give national status. And these are the culprits who perpetrate the genocide in our own place, my people. These are the people. And because them have we as peasant, you know, when them regulated to being a peasant, then you're not supposed to have no talk. You're not supposed to have no right. Salute a merry Indian. Salute. Yeah, man, because you're the peasant class and the peasant stock then. Watch you now. You can only elevate from a peasant status to a laborer class. Now, on the island, we kind of talk about it, it seems like we have a permanent labor force. You know what I mean? The people them would just work from different odd jobs, and the very few who apply themselves were exceptional. Them get the position as managers and directors over these, you know, laborers. And even when our people elevate to that status, they are still being manipulated by some foreign hand. Corporation are governed with place, you know, the corporate construct. When we see a lot big old company like Digicel, Flow, Grace Kennedy, all of these big old conglomerate. And me I said then, hold on. If we do a audit of these company and look on, you know, them bottom line, see what them gain or if them take any loss, and, you know, see what them contribute back to the people in this area. We just distracted with the crime. Because a crime, then, you know, nothing can happen. Yet, with all of the crime and the criminality, what me say I go on, Jamaica seem to be booming. I don't understand what go on, but Jamaica seem to be booming. Because every other day you hear how much money, you know what I mean, being misplaced. Every other day. Boy, I just our people have to find ourselves. We have to separate from what is and try regroup and start fresh. We have to do that. We have to choose to do that. And that's a free will choice. Jamaica independence. Is it? Is it really an independent state? Or is it in a pending state? Gratitude for the time, people. Again, may I share a whole 1804 map of the island of Jamaica, and when them show with the area for Portland, it's interesting because you find well, not Portland but Port Royal. Where I find Port Royal wasn't just a sea coast. When me I look upon Dallas Castle location in the so-called St. Andrew area, when you look it up anciently, it ever said Dallas Castle in Port Royal. And that piqued my interest. Me I say, oh, Dallas Castle left from up in the bush where Cane River there and reach around a Port Royal. Only for discover say the whole area was in fact Port Royal. Let me see if I can share it here, cause I don't like what that on about the time. Such an interesting situation, people. But then again, my thing here stuck. I'm gonna like mess around with this thing, you know. Share screen. Let's see if I can bring up this thing. Know if this can work. I forgot to show it up on another show. I don't want to waste too much time here, but what me I try to say is the relocation and the renaming of the location, and there is so much different thing what I'm going with us as a people around here. It's no wonder we have to cling to all different kind of mess. Because the truth of ourselves has been, has been denied from us. Because you're not going to find it in the university and you can't find it on in the national media. And you have to do your research. And you have to have an ancestral spirit where I direct you to these things. When you hear me talk about Dallas Castle and an idle talk, people, them think you have some significant place. I tell you, it's a Bedward. The Bedward warriors, them know about Augustown. Because that's one foundational place where highly powerful and power-filled. This is why you see so much problem. May I tell you anything, any which part good there, bad go there and spoil it. If I'm on the right, yes, I in my little area, Greater Portmore. And when we look down the road, it's a dead end. And I peer bush out there. And from there, may I chant with some warrior, say, yo, make a plant up out there, say, And we don't even watch no Facebook, no man, I come thief out. No. Because if a man say, I want some callaloo or some tomato, I want just go pick it. That's why we have plant up the place. So everyone can have access. And if we have to do this or do... Now, if we choose to make a move like that, then come on. The law not be broken right there, And them kind of thing you would identify as say, yeah, then that's not something good. However, you see, when we do it, because I know a man will do it before. And when the man do him thing, you have all kind of ones just, harass till the man have to just give up that. But I say, we're not for just give up. We for just put the thing in such a way where you're not for want even try thief, period. Because everything is there for share. So the man will come now for thief, fit a man hold him and chop off him too, and then nothing go wrong with that. Because the thing is there for share. But you have to have discipline and there have to be order. And that is my people's problem. Everybody want to do them one thing. Everybody want read. And all me says this, if you have knowledge of what go on and what you do, then take command of that thing. But you never can do it with your ugly face. You never can do it and say you're a badness. You have to have knowledge. You have to have integrity. Yeah, man, moral dignity of ourselves. So we have to step forward. We have to choose. So yeah, man. Our time right now, 1 hour mark, Now waste too much more energy out here. So we give thanks for the time. Again, Jamaica independence, do no one research. We could read a little bit more so we can share information, so we can reason together and come to some correct conclusion. We have fair reason. Yeah, man, down to when man and man are war, then come a time where them have to sit down and talk peace. That's when them are reason. So we can't ignore the communication what we need. Yeah, man. We can't ignore the togetherness of like-minded people. Yeah, man. So a step-by-step process out of people. The brave may fall but never yield. And we say bold and brave. Firm and strong. Salute. But they are them for check out the map, them man. I think I go and try drop it in the description. But me already share it out there. One of them 1804 map of Jamaica. I'm not sure if I Robinson or one of those guys. But these old maps is so expressive, man. Yeah, man. The politicians them can't hide them truth, yeah. The Pan-Africans cannot hide these truth. The Maroons that came here from Spain cannot hide the truth. Now gonna stay hidden forever. Because when all of you people came here, I and I people was already here. Yeah, man, we're there before any kind of concept of a Rasta. We were here before any kind of concept of a Ethiopia. We were here before any kind of concept of Christopher Colon of the night of Columbus and his flunkies, the Moors of Spain, after they were defeated. We were here. We were here from time immemorial and will always be here. Gratitude, I people. Out there, bold and brave, firm and strong. Salute, Ameri Indian. Salute, Iron Eagle. Honor me King. Salute, Darian Cleary. Complete respect. Gratitude again. Simplicity is our sophistication. Let's keep it simple. Yeah, man. Simplicity. Let's remove the complexity. Gratitude.